Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about a presentation about World War II. I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Samuel. And here's our presentation. Hope you like it.
The Holocaust deaths. So the Nazis killed 6 million Jews, and since the death of the Jews, World War II started, also known as the Holocaust, and in Greek the word the Holocaust means sacrifice by fire.
Violence. Violence was done to people who was thought as racially different from the Nazis, such as the Slavs, Gypsies, disabled, and mostly the Jews.
So the Nazis weren't the first ones to actually hate the Jews. It was actually the Russians, and it was arriving from all the way back to the Russian Empire. The Tsar, also known as the Emperor, by the time was Nicholas II of Russia, hated the Jews. So the Russians had enough of the Jews populating into Russia, and a genocide movement. And the genocide movement was to spread anti-Semitic feelings.
Discrimination from the Nazis. The Nazis moved discriminating the Jews to a whole new level. They passed the Nuremberg Laws, which states that no German could be in a sexual relationship or marriage with a Jew. These laws also define one as a Jew by having 3 or 4 grandparents who were Jewish. Ghettos. Ghettos were created by the Nazis to focus on the Jews. They were forced labor camps full of working Jews kept captive by the Nazis.
The Nazis decided to put the Jews in concentration camp. Now, a concentration camp is an area where people were going to get killed, and this is the area where the Jews were about to get killed.
Following Operation Barbarossa, Nazis sent mobile killing units to help with the mass murder operations of Jews, Roma, Soviet state, and Communist Party officials.
The gas chambers. From 1941 to 1944, 1.1 million children and 6 million Jews were taken to the concentration camps for murder. One of the main areas where the Jews were going to get killed was the gas chamber. Now, the gas chamber is, they fill the area, actually the room, with gas, and that the Jews can actually breathe it, and that's where they would get killed. Also, the concentration camps were also called ghettos. Now, this is almost the end of World War II. So the SS guards decided to move their prisoners by a train, also known as a death march. Now, a death march is a forced march of prisoners to take it from one camp to another. And the death marches, well, actually, the last death march ended on May 7th, 1945. Now, before we move on, the center of the image says the end. This is actually the end of World War II, not the presentation. See, it says right here, the end, but it's actually the end of World War II, so don't get mixed up. So, mostly, almost all the Jews survived in DP camps, also known as displaced camps. Between 1948 and 1955, 700,000 Jews went to Israel to live to a new life, while 136,000 displaced Jewish people went to other parts of Europe, and other displaced Jews went to the U.S. And finally, the last DP camp was closed in 1957, and the end of the World War II. Hope you like our presentation.
Goodbye.